Hey everybody, welcome to my weekly video blog on holistic healing for the body, mind, and spirit. Today we're going to be talking about what exactly holistic means and what do I do as a holistic practitioner and intuitive healer. So holistic means when you come into my office that I'm going to try to heal your entire being, not just your physical body, but your emotional, mental, and spiritual side. Because we're not just flesh and blood. We have a soul. We have emotions that can fuel our body, and we need to address those as well as just the physical body. So let's talk about the physical body for a moment, okay? Within the body, we're made up of cells, right? And these cells are moving. They have this circular spinning motion. They're spinning and they're working, right? And when we introduce something good, something healthy to that cell just keeps moving and it's happy. Yeah, I'm good. Well, when we introduce something negative, whether it be a negative food, a negative person, just somebody that we don't really like to be around, negative emotions, negative anything, those cells will actually start to slow down. And if we keep introducing that negative over and over again, negative thought, negative emotion, negative whatever, they will keep slowing down those cells till they stop, and then they will go into a reverse motion. And that is where we start seeing sickness and illness and disease and poor health, right? Is when it stops, slows down, stops, and goes into reverse motion. We want our cells to be going this way, right? That's how it was explained to me, and it's helped me greatly to understand the body. But also, I want you to think of when you eat something healthy, right? You just ate a big plate of salad and you feel good afterwards. You feel really good. You've got energy back. You're ready to conquer the rest of the day. It made you feel good. So all your cells are moving. They're happy, right? Now, let's say you eat something that isn't really good, really isn't great for your body, right? And afterwards, you feel like crap. You want to go home and take a nap. You don't feel like going through the rest of your day. You're just like blah feeling after you eat there. I know you've all been there because I've been there. So those cells in the body are not moving like this. They're moving slower because they're not real happy. They've got to work an extra hard to digest that food you just ate, and they're like, oh, yeah, slow down. So when we keep introducing that negative, right, they stop, they slow down, they stop, and they go in the reverse, and we start to see disease. So that's from a holistic point of view. Um, from a great naturopath doctor I love, gave me that as an analogy, and I just love it. So there's that. The thing is it's not just negative things we put into our body on our body physically. It's also an emotional and spiritual and mental side that can actually affect our cells. So you're around a coworker that you don't really care to be around and they annoy you. Sometimes you can even get a headache from them and you're just like, I hate to be around that person. We just don't get along, right? So that person is not jiving with your cells, with your energy. They're making your cells move a little bit slower. When you're with your best friend, you're with your spouse, your cells are like, yeah, let's party, man. We feel great, right? So that's the emotional side of it. Also, think about when you have anxiety, right? Anxiety is caused by fear of the situation or just the unknown. And so I have this anxiety. You'll have a physical response to anxiety, right? Your heart will start beating too fast. Anxiety. You'll get the shakes. Some people break out sweats. Some people break out in hives, right? Their anxieties just, whoa, man. And so you have a physical response to that mental, emotional part of your body, right? The anxiety. You have an emotional event going on and you're physically reacting to that emotional event. So you're depressed, right? You're sad, you're lonely, you just feel like nobody gets you. You just want to stay in bed all day. You start getting aches and pains because of your depression, headaches, whatever it is. Physical response to an emotional and mental state. Depression, right? So you're happy, you're joyful, you've got all this energy, right? And you're just bound and you're ready to go, you're ready to conquer the day, right? And you're just smiling and you're happy and you feel good. you have a physical response to an emotional mental state, right? And if that prolonged negative emotional state keeps happening, um, in physical too, it can cause you a separation in the spiritual being. So, separation from God, separation from full joy, separation from full love, when that emotional, mental, negative keeps happening over and over again, whether in physical. I mean, physical pain can cause you to not connect with spirit like you should. And so, let's talk about a client. All right. A client comes into my office. He's had this neck pain and it has gone into his shoulders. Sometimes he gets headaches. It's affecting his day. He's upset. He's just like, man, I need help. Please help me. I'm like, okay, dude, let's start. So when did, this pain in your neck and shoulders start? Well, honestly, Alicia, it started years ago. I was in a car accident. I injured my neck, and I just never feel like I truly recovered from that. It's just always caused me issues, and it just sometimes it feels like it's caused more issues just outside of my neck and my shoulders and my headache. It comes down my arms sometimes. Sometimes I feel like it affects the way I walk. It's just this whole thing just from this neck injury 20 years ago. I'm like, okay, well, can you tell me a little bit more about this car accident? What exactly happened? What was going on at the time? And he said, well, I'm really ashamed to say this, but I was drinking. I was out drinking with my buddy, and I got in the car with him like an idiot. I was driving drunk, and I shouldn't have been, and I wrecked, and I hurt myself, and I really hurt my buddy. He got a really bad injury. He was in the hospital for weeks. He's got a lasting effects from this injury. And man, I'm so ashamed, and I feel so guilty that I put myself and my buddy in that situation. I'm like, man, I'm so sorry you went through that. But as I'm listening to him, I'm thinking, okay, so we have the physical injury of whiplash. He hit a light pole. He just came to a stop after speeding, and his body just, right, whiplash. So he's got that injury to his neck. Then he's got the emotional injuries, right? When you're in a car accident, man, you panic, you have fear, you have terror. Um, all these negative emotions that happen because you're in a car accident. Now he's got this injury. So, man, those emotions are a part of that injury. That's an emotional injury, emotional trauma, right? And so then he's got the guilt and the shame from his, putting his buddy in that situation and injuring his buddy. So now he's got guilt, shame. And he, as he's telling me more about it, he's like, through the years, I've never let go of that. I've never truly forgiven myself. I've always carried this guilt. I've always carried this shame. And man, I hate that I was so stupid and ignorant and selfish, and I did that. So then I'm like, dude, there's self-abuse. He's calling himself stupid. He's calling himself an idiot. He's feeling worthless, shameful, all that guilt. So there's all that mental. Yeah, no, he's in a state of mental negativity as far as I did this. I'm a bad person. I'm full of guilt and shame and worthlessness because I did this, right? So now we've got the mental part of it, the emotional part of it, and the physical part of it. So then let's go into the spiritual part of this. So, have you ever sought help for all of this? Well, sort of, kind of, but no, not really. And so I'm like, so you've been carrying all of this physical injury, this emotional injury, this mental state of being, mindset of I'm guilty because I did this to my buddy. So spiritually, that's disconnected him from full joy, from full happiness, from full success in life, because he has all this emotional baggage from this accident, from this injury. So I tell him, man, this is how I can help you. The physical part, we can do homeopathic remedies, essential oils, herbs. Reiki will help you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And we can do the emotion code. It helps release those trapped emotions from from that accident, from that trauma, from that incident you had. And he's like, man, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do everything. So we start on this plan, and we start it, and he starts healing, and he starts getting better, and it's just great. He's feeling release and happiness and joy again. And that is what holistic healing is. It's looking at the body, looking at the situation, and saying, okay, we have this health issue, we have this pain. Let's figure out why it's there, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and let's fix it. And let's actually go to the root cause of that issue and fix it. And now it's not always just an injury, right? It can be a true health issue. And it's like an onion, and you're peeling off the layers to get to the root cause of why you're having that health issue, why you're having that pain. And so that's what holistic medicine is, and that's what I offer here. I myself have seen healing greatly from all of these avenues, and I just want to offer that to you. And I hope you look at my website, follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel here soon. So I just hope that you reach out to me if you're needing help. I'm here for you. Call me, text me. My phone number is on the page here, or on my website, which is also on my page here. And I just hope that you will seek true healing, and I hope you keep learning and growing in your life. And remember to always be kind and put love out there. There's enough hate in the world. Put love. Have a blessed week.